Hi, welcome to our first training video on using 3DEXPERIENCE for academic projects. In this video, we want to go over the dashboard. It's what you'll be looking at as soon as you get on the platform for the first time. We also want to show you how to manage the layout and content of your dashboard so you're ready to start using the tools we've provided for you. When you first log in, you'll be looking at a dashboard that looks very similar to this one. If it doesn't look like this, it just means that we've created one specific for your project. The pre-made dashboard will be filled with helpful information to get you started, like links to help pages, videos showing off what you can do with 3DEXPERIENCE, workshops for you to practice what you're learning, or even downloadable dashboards that we've created specific for different roles on the team, such as mechanical design, composite design, etc. But what I really want to get into here is how you can customize your dashboard for your project. This will get you the information you want to see every time you log into the program to help you keep on top of everything you'll need to do. So the first thing we need to look at here is the general layout of the dashboard. So up here at the top, this blue bar across the top is going to be visible no matter what app you're using in 3DEXPERIENCE. Over on the right here we have a couple of buttons that are going to be useful in doing things like managing your profile, checking notifications, adding or sharing the content of whatever app you're in. There's even a button over here for uploading documents into your 3DEXPERIENCE drive. So you can connect here, you can actually connect your Google Drive or Dropbox account and get access to some of your team documents that you may have saved there. Here in the center we have a search bar that'll help you pull up whatever content you have access to in your space. So you can pull up part models, requirements, tasks, materials, anything that you have saved, you can pull up using the search bar. And we'll go over some other ways to get access to your content as we move along. But this is an excellent tool if your collaborative space gets a little bit cluttered. So next to the search bar over here we have the title of the app that we're in, 3D Dashboard, and then we have the title of the dashboard we're looking at here. We want to add a new one, so I'm going to come over to the menu here, drop that down, and here you can see these are the dashboards I have access to right now. But I'm going to add a new one. And we're just going to call this one My Project. You can call it whatever you want. And we'll go ahead and hit create. This is just going to make a blank dashboard. So the dashboard has room here for all of the different windows, the different widgets that you want to put on here, and it also has multiple tabs I can add. And I can add a couple more. I can give these names, so I'll rename this one to Model, and I'm going to name this one Project Management. And you can create a different tab with different windows to help you organize all the content you have here on your dashboard. Let's go back to the first one here. And now what we need to do is we need to add widgets to this dashboard. And the way that we add widgets is by coming up here to what's called the compass in the top left corner here. Now you've seen this before, I'm sure, but this is a lot more than just a logo for the program. This is actually how we've organized all of the tools that are available to you now through 3DEXPERIENCE for easy access. And this compass, along with the blue bar, is going to be visible no matter what app you're using. So going over the categories, we have 3D modeling apps, social and collaborative apps, information intelligence apps, and simulations. So we have, this is going to be your CAD modeling, CATIA apps, composite layup, those types of apps. Up here is going to be project management, requirements management, 3D messaging, and apps for collaboration. Information intelligence apps includes search functions, web readers, mail and messaging, a calculator, things like that. And down here in simulation, that's going to be your FEA, your kinematic simulation or assembly simulation, animations, and apps like that. And then in the center here is the play button, which essentially you'll use to play the simulations that you create. So let's go ahead and let's get some widgets here. So if I open this up, I'm opening the top here, and you can see these are all of our social and collaborative apps. Now as you can see, there's a lot of them, and you can actually, if you go to 3ds Academy, which we'll cover in our help materials video, you can actually learn about all of these different apps that we have available here, but we're really just going to focus on the ones you're most likely to use. So these are all in here. These are all called apps They're just the different tools and the different programs that you can access. I actually have a few of them saved up here as my favorite. These are the ones I use the most. And it's very simple to add something in there. I can just grab one of these, drag it up, and now it's been added to my favorites. Looking down through the list here, we have apps and widgets side by side. And the widgets are marked with this little arrow in the top corner here. And the only real difference is that widgets can be added to a dashboard and apps have to be opened on their own page or in their own program. So we're going to grab a couple of these widgets, and there's a lot of different widgets that you could use, but I'm just going to grab some of the ones that seem the most useful to me right now. So first one is this 3D space one. I'm going to grab this one down here called Collaborative Lifecycle. I'm going to grab 3D Swim. We'll add that. And the last one is actually an information intelligence. It's a web page reader. I'm going to drag that one and bring them out. And once I have them out here, I can move them around. If, like you saw, I made a mistake. I'm going to resize these. I want them to be a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and do that. These are going down below, so I'll move them up again. All right, let's get these all to a better size. Okay, so these are some of the ones that just from the get-go seem most important to me to have on my dashboard. This first widget here is called 3D Space. And this widget is fantastic because it's a great way for me to access all the content on my collaborative space. Now, I've mentioned collaborative space a couple of times here. A collaborative space is essentially just the portion of the cloud that's been assigned to your team. So if you notice, this is an old project that I was on last year. I have each of the individual teams on here, as well as a common space for them to share information and a demo space that I just used to demonstrate the different functionalities of 3DEXPERIENCE to the teams. Now I have access to all of them from this project, but these are private spaces, so it's just a space for you and your team to collaborate on and work out your project there. So I'm going to come down to my demonstration one, and I'm going to open that one up. And what you can see here, I'll make it a little bit bigger. What you can see here is I have access to all the content in this collaborative space. So I have models in here, I have requirements, I have deadlines, I have kinematic models and simulations. There's a servo right there. And this is just all of the items that I've created through 3DEXPERIENCE for my project. And if I select one of these, you can see down here it says your selection has been updated. I can just select one of these, and then I can come over here and I'll go into 3D modeling, find my part design app, and if I were to just select that, it would open this model in part design and I'd be able to continue working on it. If I actually come in here and double click on it, it opens that part in a new app known as 3D Play. And 3D Play is just a viewing app, so I can't edit this part, but I can turn it around, I can zoom in, I can pan around. It's a great way for when you're meeting with your advisor or with a judge or in just a meeting. You can show off your part, show off all of the different pieces. I can actually even come in here and use one of these tools. I'm going to section that off, create a section view of my model. And there you go. And if that's too small to work with, I can just blow up the image and I can see the whole thing. So that's the 3D Space app, and I'm going to go ahead and close that 3D Play viewer. Next to it here is called 3D Swim. 3D Swim is essentially a social media platform fairly similar to LinkedIn, but specific to 3DEXPERIENCE users. So right here I can access the different groups that I'm a part of, the different communities, and the information that's on there. And in this widget right now, it's just showing me all of the posts that I have access to right now. And I can come and be more specific. I'm going to go to a community that I've created specifically for getting help on 3DEXPERIENCE for one of the projects. And I've just got some sample questions in here. But the purpose is to give the students a platform on which they can ask questions, get answers, they can answer each other's questions. It's essentially a discussion board for help with 3DEXPERIENCE. And as you can see here, I've got some of this. This one's marked as answered. This one at the top is not marked as answered. There's no answer in here yet. The user can come in and mark that, and I can even come up here and add a new question right in this box. Now 3D Swim you can also access by way of the compass and access it as a separate app, or I even have a button up here that'll show me a lot of the same information. The benefit to using it as a widget, however, is it means that every time I log into the platform I can just check on new activity in this community. So I can come here and I can see if there's a new question posted, I can see if someone posted a new answer, and it'll just post the most recent data right at the top, so I can get some more information every time I log in. I'm coming down to some of these others. This one down here in the corner here is called Collaborative Lifecycle. And what Collaborative Lifecycle does, it's a project management app. I can drag one of my models down into this app, and it lets me control the progress of the part. So I can have it as it's still a concept, so I'm just working on it. If it's in work, we're collaborating on it. If it's a frozen part, that means we've decided it's completed and no more changes should be made. I can even mark it as obsolete or released. I can make copies. I can delete the part. Just keep in mind that if you delete the part down here in Collaborative Lifecycle, that you're deleting it from the collaborative space and it's gone. So make sure you're careful and you're sure whenever you delete something here. All right, and the last widget that I've added is the web page reader. And this is a fantastic little widget. And essentially what it does is it lets me embed a shareable web page into my dashboard here. So I could put in any YouTube videos, PDFs, instruction pages, or what I think are particularly useful, cloud-based documents or spreadsheets, presentations that you want to work on as a group. So if I just come over here and I'm just grabbing one from Google Docs, I can copy the shareable link from Google Docs and just paste that into my field here. I can add it to the dashboard, give it a minute to load, and there it is. And this is great because right here we can see these are some center of gravity calculation spreadsheet that I had created. I can check on those numbers, see what progress has been made here. Or if I want to collaborate on it with my group, I can go ahead and maximize that. And now I'm just working on this document right in 3DEXPERIENCE. I can add whatever I want. And if I pop back over to my page here, you can actually see that's been added to that page. A great way to collaborate that way. And even better, down here in the corner I have this 3D messaging app. Now this is usually visible if you're working in a web browser on 3DEXPERIENCE. This just lets me instant message essentially members of my team or anyone who is on my platform. So when I'm collaborating on a document like this one, maybe you're working on your report or a presentation, or maybe I just need to ask a question of someone, I can message them directly from here. So I can just search for an individual and open a conversation with that person and add multiple people to one conversation as well. All right, and with that, we've created our dashboard. Now again, you can modify this and change it for however is most useful for your project. And I would absolutely recommend checking out some of the other widgets that we have available in here. But now that we have the dashboard created, what we want to do is we want to share this dashboard with members of our team. So we've created this functionality so that if you've created a dashboard that's particularly useful for some task you're doing, or if it just has very important information, I can share that with my team so that they have access to the same widgets, same information. To do that, all I have to do is come up here to share. And again, there's tabs and there's dashboards. I can share just this tab or the entire dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and select dashboard. And I don't need anybody's email, I just need their name. So I'm just going to go ahead and share this with myself. There I am. I can just go ahead and select that, hit share. And now on the receiving end, this pops up right in the corner there that it's ready to share a message with me. I can open my notifications browser, and there's the dashboards that someone's tried to share with me. There's some other notifications. And I could just select that, and it would add that to my list of dashboards. Or if it's a tab, I can add it to the end of my list here. So let's go ahead and let's take a quick look at that. I'm going to go back to this quick start dashboard that I was on at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to select this mechanical design role. And now it gives me the option to rename this tab. I'm okay with mechanical design. I'm just going to add it on the dashboard I'm looking at now. And there we go. We've added a new tab that's been shared with me. It has all of these preloaded widgets just ready to go with the information I want. Alright, and with that, we've covered the dashboard. So we've covered the layout of the dashboard, how to navigate the menus, editing and managing your dashboards, and sharing them. As always, there's more information available on our help page and in 3ds Academy, and you're always welcome to send us questions if you need to.